comic company called Accent UK.
Best people in the comic industry to work on this comic, friends, and also people we really admire and absolutely love their work. So first of all, we've got the legendary PJ Holden from 2000 AD, Vlad, and Vlad is actually the V2A artist.
We've got Matt Soft doing the colouring, 2000 AD, and I think Heavy Metal.
Ryan Brown, who is the cover artist for Marvel, DC, 2000 AD. Ryan's art is just absolutely breathtaking.
Gustavo Vargas, who's a Peruvian artist.
Guys, we really do need your support to help make this comic a reality. So please check out the epic rewards over on the right hand side, which include everything from limited edition, signed, very, very exclusive and uber collectible. There's even a reward where you can actually get your post-apocalyptic character in the book and in the comic books. And good evening, we are live and welcome to the Freak Show Christmas Party! Hooray! Got a Mexican wave?
Oh, wait a minute. Do that
again. And tonight, guys, as well as, well, first of all, we've got Mechanized. How are you, Mechanized?
Hi, guys. I'm very well, thank you. Ready for Christmas and ready to get the shit year behind me.
Yay! We have Stig down in sunny London. Right?
I'm in tier 4, me. Way!
Way! We have Skelly up in Manchester. Tier 3. Way! And then our two awesome special guests, only the best artists in the entire world, only our most favourite people in the entire world, Ryan Brown and Mark Sexton.
Ron's going to dribble on shit again.
He's dribbling.
And welcome all. Please say hi. And oh my God, we've had loads of comments. And where you're from, and a big hello to everybody. And first of all, so over to Ryan first. How are you, sir? Are you breaking up for Christmas yet, or what's going on?
Who, me?
Yes, Ryan.
Oh, right. I thought you meant another Ryan Brown.
Have you got the wrong one again?
Well, the thing is, right, I'm sort of moving house, and because of the coronavirus, everything's been messed up for total chaos and stuff. And it's took me, instead of what it would have took about 2 weeks, is now taken about 2 months. And it's our chaos. So I haven't actually been drawing anything for like 2 weeks. And it's like in my mind, like my hands are getting really small and stuff, you know. They can't hold pencils and pens anymore, you know. And they're getting all really bendy and twisty. All the bones are turning into like jelly, and it's terrible. So I may never draw anything ever again, you know. I'll just have to be like a ventriloquist or a mime artist or something. Or I'll be one of the puppets that somebody actually, you know, for a ventriloquist. Yes, but not that. That's the extreme level. I'm just gonna be the one where I stand beside the person, and then they do a goblet of gear like that, and I do that there.
Has this been the longest you've done your break without drawing?
Yeah. 2 weeks, yeah, definitely.
Oh my God.
I don't know when I last took 2 weeks off. I do not know when. I swear, it's like it's tough going because it's kind of one of those weird things where you just you go like a dynamo, you build up momentum, and you keep working, and keep going, and your head goes into a sort of thing where you just go from one job to the next, and you never ever stop. And see if I ever kind of have a bit of time, like 2 days off or whatever, it takes me 2 days to start unwinding. And see, by the second day, I have to then rewind myself back up to start working again. So it's like I imagine you're like people like Mark. Are you the same sort of way? Are you the same sort of?
I'm trying to remember when I last had time off myself, and yes. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get the
I know it's complicated.
Yeah, it is.
Touch fingers. Ooh, I can feel it.
And
We're fingering.
Over to our favourite down under artist, Mark. How are you, sir? Have you? How is the film going? And have you broken up for Christmas?
The film. Yes, the film that I'm not allowed to talk about that might have something to do with Thunder. Yeah, it's going okay. I've been on it for 16 months now, so.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so COVID helped in that regard. I got kept employed. It's going well. My daughter got to talk to the director yesterday, but she forgot to ask whether she could be in the film.
What?
That's my 8-year-old.
Poor trading.
A video call and tried to throttle me. It was great. It was good timing in the middle of showing them storyboards. So that was fun. Yeah, everything's going okay. I have officially broken, but I will be doing more work, and it's going to be really exciting for everyone to hear about it. So I'm going to shut up now.
Oh my God! And of course, you can't say anything. So you can't talk about maybe Galactus in it, or the Hulk turns up, or anything.
Or He-Man.
Or they all die at the end.
Doctor Who turns up in the background. Looks confused.
Oh, well, that's
Doctor
good.
Who, yeah.
Nosedive then.
Is Batman in it? Is Batman?
Three Batman.
Three Batman. Yeah,
Batman.
That's the cool thing at the moment, isn't it? You can't have one. You have multiple ones.
That's
A quick question to Mark, Mr. Sexton. Did you get Tycho a Christmas present?
Not yet.
Oh.
I hope he's not watching. Tycho, you are watching. I do love you. Hang on, I'm trying to point at the camera, but I've lost the camera. I do love you, but I don't know what you drink. I don't even know. I think he drinks.
Okay, let's go.
What do you drink?
Yeah, let's go round first. Ryan, you are a connoisseur of the drinks. What are you drinking, sir? And what is your recommended ales?
Well, today I'm drinking this Italian beer.
Ooh.
Let me take a wee sip. Wait a minute. It's a fruity number. Fruity number. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, and
In a minute, the foam comes out the nose.
Herbs and spices. Have you ever tasted HP sauce?
Not in a bit.
It's not like that.
oh wow!
Honestly, Ryan, you are always a pillar of knowledge. Always. Have you ever decided to try and get some sort of sponsorship by a brewery?
Not yet, but anybody that sponsors me, they'll get their money's worth.
Skelly, what are you drinking? If we go around that way.
I'm having a little drop of red vino.
Oh,
and I'm also pairing it with a tub of Twiglets. I'm classy.
Well,
show them your Twiglets.
Yeah.
Shall I show the Twiglets?
Yes. Let everybody smell.
Can we do the Twiglet cam?
Oh, the smell.
Just inhale.
Oh God.
Inhale that aroma. Oh.
Marmite.
Mark, what are you drinking, Mark? We've
Which
been
one?
practicing. Hold on, we've been practicing this. Yeah, let's do Mr. Sexton first.
Right.
What have you been drinking, Mark?
I'm drinking the finest.
Ooh.
I have previously emptied these. Or I may not have. But anyway, it's the morning. And there's rather a lot of these empty over on the kitchen bench.
Oh. We had Greg on last week, and he wished he said hello, Mr. Van Borsum.
You know Greg's the worst drinker in the world, don't you?
No.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, give him a glass of wine and he'll go to sleep. He'll get pissed, glass of wine, pissed, go to sleep.
Oh my!
He's worse than George Miller. George Miller has 2 glasses of wine, gets pissed, goes to sleep.
Honestly, lightweights.
I hate those people that drink and then fall asleep or go unconscious immediately.
Yeah, before they're gone.
Normally, if you do get too drunk and then fall asleep, you end up with no eyebrows. That's a.
But you
Is
really
it
want
quite
to be the one who did that to Greg Van Borsum? I will ask you that question.
That's true.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it to him.
It could be the last thing you do.
Or very quickly blame someone else.
Yeah. Quick, hold the razor.
Mechanized, what are you drinking?
My evening usual, a nice glass of gin at the moment, but I've got a very special thing on hand for later on. After my gin is gone.
Honey JT.
Oh my God.
Oh.
It's a slippery slope.
Nice.
Tennessee honey. And over to you,
It's
Stig.
Christmas.
Oh, because of this fantastic comic coming out, I thought I'd drink some Doom.
I'm currently on toffee cider.
Oh, nice.
And why
Nice.
not? So, Ryan, can you explain your competition? Because we have a load of people very excited about having a go.
Oh, yes.
What is this competition? How do we work? And can we all have a go?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
yes, of course you can. Yes, right. So you can win this, right? This here. And you can.
An out of focus what?
I know, I was doing a bad. But, right, you can win this comic signed by moi. And you can win these Z Clay prints, right? They're all signed at the bottom. Blah blah blah.
That's someone's self-portrait, right? Yes.
That's
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
This one here, this one, yeah. Self-portrait, yeah.
Oh, definitely, yes. Convinced.
And so you win all those, and all you need to do is go onto my Facebook, and I have like a video there. Go and watch the video, and it'll tell you exactly how to win. But all you need to do is say how great my parents are, right? For sticking with me through all the tantrums and and all the crap and stuff. So if you're really kind to my parents and say something really nice about them, you know, then I'll pick somebody's answer and they'll get the prize.
What, your parents?
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Is that so they don't have to move in with you into your new house?
Yep. And I'll throw a cat in as well. Throw a cat in. Because women tortures the life out of me. Tortures the life out of me. My cat, I'm telling you, I get the finest foods and stuff for my cat. And he just looks at me, you know. I even put him in a cover. I put him on a Marvel cover on Black Cat. And still not impressed. Still not impressed. It's hard to impress cats these days, you know.
Maybe you need a new agent.
I need a new cat. I need a cat zapper to zap my cat, you know. Make him appreciate me.
So, cattle prod for Ryan Brown. Amazon.
So, Mark, have you? Is there been any props from the Thor film yet? Have they been building anything? Have you managed to stick any foam on your head or anything like that?
What is he talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. That thunder thing.
The thunder thing we can't talk about.
16 months.
16 months, and I've only actually had face-to-face meetings with people on the film twice. Once in October last year, and once 2 weeks ago.
Are you
And,
sure you're still doing it? They haven't just. They just don't want to tell you. Don't tell him. He's rubbish. Don't tell him.
It could be a pity Zoom call where they just all pile into a room and they just go, "Here's the stuff. Yay! Well done. You're going to be retracting all that money from your account very shortly." So, I don't know. I don't know. But if they are doing props, I haven't seen anything yet.
Right. How many storyboard little panels have you drawn so far in your 18 months or however long you've been at it?
I don't have any alcohol strong enough to get through the answer for that.
Oh my god! It can't be as bad as Fury Road. It can't be.
Oh, Fury Road. Fury Road. Oh no, Fury Road was a special case, but that was 2 years.
Yeah.
There was Fury Road was about 16,000.
Oh my god!
I'm going to say I've probably done about 5,000 so far. So.
Oh my god!
But anyway, I don't know. I haven't been counting. I don't want to.
No.
Jesus.
I will cry. I might cry now.
That is just crazy. So, Ryan, do you have a question for Mark? And Mark, do you have a question back for Ryan? Is there something you've always wanted to ask each other? Yeah. Preferably not what underwear you're wearing, but something clean. I know.
Thanks very much. That was my question.
Well, as a matter of fact.
Oh dear! No,
it's just right all at the same time. At the same time, we're in the same.
Underpants.
Yeah. I don't know. What would I ask you? I don't know. Do you? Well, I'm just going to talk to you now instead of asking you questions. But I'm going to ask. Do you go to many conventions? Have you ever been to the UK conventions? I don't think you have you?
No. Well, that's because I'm living in Australia, and so it's too bloody.
Yeah, I know. But have you ever been to
England? And I'm not about to. But no, I've been there. I've come to one convention in the UK, and that was the 2000 AD 40th.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Good
How was
choice.
that one was?
But I didn't see you there.
See, there were so many people. There were so many people. They were all like swarming all over the place, and it was like, and then you're waving to this person, waving to that person, and it's always chaos. I don't know. Do you ever go to San Diego or any of those conventions and stuff? Or no? God, you need to go to those. They're brilliant. They've got like after parties and stuff, and free drinks, and
I've seen the video of you.
Lovely, and
I've seen the video of you at them.
Yeah.
All of those squirrel masks.
Hold on, it just so happens that we have here on.
Oh, shut up. But do you not like go? Well, do you go to conventions over in Australia or whatever? Or?
Well, we have a few. I haven't been to any for a while, basically because I actually owe a bunch of commissions. And,
shit! You're escaping people.
I'm trying to avoid all the people. I'm too bloody busy. Every time I bloody turn around and actually say, "All right, I've got spare time," and as you say, 2 days off, where you go, I'm going to start relaxing anytime, and then someone contacts you and says, "Where's my commission?" From 5
I
years
love
ago?
conventions. I love them because it's almost like a working break. It's something a wee bit different. So it's like, and I always sort of pick them because they're somewhere interesting. There's a lot of places in England I like to go because of the historical sort of sites and things. Because I like all the medieval, like Norman castles and all that. And like I pick places all over the place in like America. I want to go to places, little random places and stuff. And it's just brilliant to see it. I sort of just think to myself, it's a holiday, try and convince myself it's a holiday, and then when I get there, it isn't a holiday.
do you try and do a drawing, or do you not do any drawings when you're there? Are you there more to like sort of party and drink?
I don't really do an awful lot of drawings at conventions. I sort of class it as meeting and chatting to people and stuff, and going out for some drinks and food and things and that sort of thing, and a little bit of a break away from like sitting at the table drawing 24 hours a day sort of thing. And it's like. And the other thing is, I've got this thing in my head where whenever I sketch things, I absolutely hate my own sketches. So I don't like showing people my sketches because they're not finished and they're messy, and I always see things wrong in them. So I don't want to. I'm like that person that overworks everything, So if I give somebody a sketch, I go, that looks like shit, and I don't want that person. Then they stick it onto Facebook, and it's all over the place, and everybody's sharing it, and it's like, oh my god, what happens here? You know what I mean?
They're all saying, wow, it's great. And really, they're thinking,
yes.
yeah, really?
And I'm like, oh my god, you really love this? I should do more of these, right? And these like Mr. Potato Heads, you know, and the one eye down here and stuff and all. It's like, you know, oh, they love it. And then my career just goes, I have to jump off a cliff or something.
What happened there?
So Mark, was there any characters that you had to look up for the Thor film? Because wasn't it correct that
The Thunder film.
The Thunder film, wasn't it correct that when he did Black Panther, wasn't it initially you thought he wasn't bulletproof? Wasn't there a story around that somewhere?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Black Panther, yes. Yes, I have told the story before, but I'll tell it again because Ryan hasn't heard it, and because he's so really keen to hear it.
Yes, I can't wait.
Got to be it. I need some Doom. I started on Black Panther. There was no script as such, and the director briefed me on the opening, which was, you know, Black Panther's in the plane. There's this convoy of trucks. I want him to dive down and stop the trucks, and then, you know, there's this cool shot where he starts at the beginning of the convoy, and then the camera comes out and goes down the convoy. Everyone's getting out with guns, and then we get to the back of the convoy, and there's Black Panther there because, man, he's fast. He's moved through the jungle, and then everybody dies. Do that, and so I worked on that for about 3 months, and then literally the day before I was going to finish, Captain America: Civil War came out. I went to see it, and I discovered that Black Panther was bulletproof, which no one has.
Oh dear!
Had to ring the producer and go, you know, that sequence just did. I think I'm going to have to do it again because, you know, it's wrong. Sorry.
Well, maybe Black Panther forgot he was bulletproof.
Yeah.
He forgot rather a lot, so let's just say that.
You've did some really good stuff there, Mark. Like really, like serious, like film stuff, and everything, and really exciting things, you know. And
but then I did Attack of the Clones and ruined it.
Well, we'll forget about that. But
you've got to have the highs and the lows, though. You can't just keep everything high.
Do you ever go to the?
Well, if you want to talk about lows, no.
Go on then.
Do you ever go to the like cinema and watch the film and kind of go, "Holy shit, this is like I had a part in this sort of thing," and you know what I mean? A bit of like super excitement about it.
Well, usually you go to the film and you see and you sit there like this and what's this going? Oh shit! I had a part in this. Here, I'll just have some more of this.
Well, can you drink it?
They'll fuck it all up. No. Sometimes, yes. Usually you go, and usually you just go. Okay, yeah, it wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, mostly. And then occasionally, like perhaps the V2A themed one that I worked on. Occasionally, you go and do a film where you go, oh, okay, that worked quite well. Yeah, but generally you sit there and go, oh, okay.
See, I did a few bits of concept work for that last Hellboy movie, and I was like, me and the wife went. I know. Me and the wife went. I know. It's a terrible thing to admit, but me and the wife went to see it, and I was like, oh, this should be interesting seeing this design. I didn't know of this. It was a giant dragon sort of thing. It did. I thought, this is going to be real fun. I can't wait. Oh, look, he's about to get on a dragon. Oh, hold up. It's not my design. It's
mine was orange.
It's a My Little Pony. They never use the bloody designs. And I was like, I just sat there going, I just watched this shit film, and they never even used my dragon design. God damn you!
On the bright side, it was a stinker of a film, so probably not having your name involved was good.
Yeah. They probably looked at my design and said, that design's far too good for this film. We'll
I
just
think
lock it
so.
away somewhere, or we'll just flush it down the toilet.
I'm going to go with being far too expensive.
No, far too. Yeah, it's possible.
Very
Yeah,
diplomatic there, Mark. Very good, very good.
What's weird though is when you work on a film and you have ideas and you do all these ideas and then they don't show up, and then 20 years later the exact idea that you had crops up in something related. So I was just watching last season of the Mandalorian, which we won't talk about anymore because spoilers.
the old idea.
Two ideas I did from Attack of the Clones crops up in that, and it's just like,
No.
hang on. Now, did someone remember that, or did someone completely independently come up with those ideas?
Rip off.
No. Lucas always did that. He always had ideas. He just went, I'm not going to use that now, but I'm going to put it in this drawer over here, and that's labelled for 2020. I'll pull it out then.
Yeah. Drawer of ideas.
You look like George Lucas then. It was horrible.
You know what I'd love to do? I would love to go to that drawer of ideas, and what I would do is I would get my little sweaty hand, just wrap it on the handle of the drawer of ideas, and I would just open it up, and I would dive in like Scrooge McDuck, and I would swim around in those ideas, and I would be like bathing in them all, like rubbing them all over my face.
Or would you put your own idea?
I love those ideas.
Is in there, or would you throw them away and put your own in? They're all right.
Put a dragon in.
No,
Put a dragon in.
Put the dragon in.
I'd lift one up and smell it and say, "Oh, that's my idea, isn't it? It feels and smells like one of my own."
And would it be like the original? Would it be like the original Repo Man when they open the boot of the car and the glow comes out? And
Yes.
Whoa,
And that's
I'm going in.
That's you know what that is. That's the ultimate idea. It's in the thing. Like out of what is that film? What was the other film that had a big glowing thing? They opened it up and
Pulp Fiction.
what was
Raiders of the
Pulp
Lost
Fiction?
Ark.
Yes.
Raiders?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know
Pulp
what
Fiction,
that was? In there, the glowing thing was the ultimate idea. That's what it was. And see anybody that uses that, they can use it in as many films as they want, and it's just
To get the party started, because this is our Christmas party. So,
Hooray!
Skelly, would you like
I'm not
to
doing
sing?
the song. Not
Yeah,
doing it.
you're going to do the song
repeating myself.
for Ryan and Mark. They've not seen it yet.
Can I have a twiglet first?
Go on,
Yeah.
you have a twiglet.
Yeah,
This
twiglet.
is especially for Mark and Ryan. Okay, he's just warming himself up. This is why he's a keyboard player.
look at his twiglet shoulders. That's all the dust from the twiglet.
That's how many he's had, yeah.
Are you ready?
Are you ready, guys? Just for
Is he
you.
gonna sing?
Just for YouTube. Yes.
It's got to get festive and merry. Oh, you better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out.
Oh,
There you go. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful.
every time. That gets me every time.
Every time, it's
Yeah,
like
now.
deep in my heart. It's like
Yeah,
It was lovely. I almost feel a
so
tear
festive.
coming.
yeah, I've another
It's
beer
fine.
now.
It was a bit of dust. A bit of dust.
A bit of dust. We're making bets now whether that's going to be in the new Thor film or not. You know, it's a bit of a spacer.
That's number one.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Or Mandalorian Series 12.
Breaking that
That's it,
underfilm.
yes. I saw Mark's hand going. I saw him like drawing stuff there. He was like, "See," he was like, "This is a brilliant
twiglet.
idea."
I have to get a twiglet in.
Twiglets in the film.
So if you could, both to Mark and Ryan, if you could design your own superhero and have your own superhero film, what would that superhero be called, and what type of powers would they have through your own IP, your own creation?
Oh,
Not giving any ideas away. What are you talking about?
Well-
I would do a superpowered caterpillar. I don't know what it's called yet, and it's let's see, it's homicidal. It's a homicidal superpowered caterpillar, and I'm going to go with the film's tag being "Man is the warmest place to hide" again, and I haven't thought of anything else yet, but let me think about it.
That
Killer power.
sounds like a computer game. That sounds like a Lemmings computer game. That sounds awesome.
Oh, have you
Ryan,
ever seen,
That is a
have
very.
you ever seen Meet the Feebles? Anyone seen Meet the Feebles?
I have. It's
Oh, yes,
very
yeah.
interesting.
Yes,
The rabbit.
it's that with a caterpillar getting through the body of people. You know, take a left turn
I
through
like
the Jardine.
Would it have the sodomy song?
Which version?
Yes, perfect. I like it already.
I take it it's going to be like an over 18s then, Mark. Is it?
No, it's for
No,
kids.
no, for kids. Oh, okay.
By the songs.
So like
Yeah,
the
caterpillar for
speed,
kids.
but- yeah. Oh dear.
Well,
This is all going
Shell,
on.
Mark, Shell wants to know it is a homicidal, hungry caterpillar.
Oh.
Oh, yes, most certainly very hungry, but I'm not going to say what for.
Oh.
Oh,
my
You
God.
jeez.
Oh
Because I
my
don't know.
gosh.
It's after
Come here.
the ultimate idea again.
Yes.
So
That's
Ryan,
mind control
over
going.
to you then. So Ryan, the same week your both films come out, how are you going to compete against the caterpillar?
Okay, well, my idea. Hold on.
Hold my beer. Yeah.
Drink my beer.
My superhero name would be Mr. Any Outie Guts, right? Mr. Any Outie Guts. And you know what he does? Whenever like an enemy or anybody is around, or anybody even like grabs him on the shoulder or something, you know, say Mr. Magnetic personality mind is like his ultimate enemy is just grabbed him on the shoulder, as an enemy does, right? He all his guts and everything will turn inside out. So all his skin goes inside, and all his guts and innards all just go. And that's it.
That is
Doesn't that leave him slightly exposed to being like killed?
Yeah, because he can only do it once.
So it's not going to be a series then.
there's no
That's
sequel.
But you could.
And he's got a sidekick called Prolapse Kid.
Ah, yeah.
Oh dear, where is this conversation going? Where
I
is
thought this was a PG-13 what do you call audience.
Prolapse Man.
Yes.
Prolapse
Mr.
Man.
Mr. Any. Well, his real name was really Mr. Any Outie Guts, but his full name is Mr. Any Outie Guts. That's because they go out, they come back in, they go back, they just do this.
right? Yeah.
Spasming.
To be fair, I don't think that's ever been taken so far. So I think you're good to go on that one.
Yeah.
I think you're fairly safe.
Go! And Disney Plus next week.
That's it. Yeah. It's a go movie, as they said in like Bowfinger. It's a go movie.
It's a go.
Beautiful.
Crazy. So
through all of this.
So a quick question to Mechanized. So Mechanized, what are you drinking at the moment? And any recommendations for your festive drinks?
Well, I'm still on my gin. I'm very slow today. I don't know. I need to get into the spirit. We have to do like a drinking game or something. Possibly I will do an eggnog drink, my German traditional eggnog, to totally waste myself out and get over this Christmas.
Oh my gosh. So I think what we do to get a bit of audience participation, we tried this last week and it worked really well. So we're going to go around the clock, starting with Ryan. The idea is you can either tell a truth or a lie about yourself, and then the audience will try and work out if it's truth or lie. And by the end of the program, they will say truth or lie, and then we go around and they work out if they've got it right or wrong. So
Right.
I'm not very good at this because I normally burst into laughter. But Ryan, you are very good at this. So tell us either a truth or a lie, and the audience will try and work out which it is.
Okay. So this is a lie. Oh, you're supposed to tell.
No,
it's a lie, are
You can't say it. Or is that double jeopardy? Are you
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to...
that's right. Yeah.
That's very good.
Okay. I used to have like one of those what do you call those things?
Toupee.
Ears.
No,
a
what
left
I used-
hand parting.
used to have like
A hat.
a big growth on the side of my head. But it was like whenever I would cut it open, like a whole pile of like fingers would fall out of it, you know. But I would have to like chop them all off. And then I went to like a witch doctor up this mountain, and the witch doctor said it's because you're eating too much potassium, you know, too much potassium in your diet. So I had to then like drop my potassium, and whenever I dropped my potassium, then instead of like fingers, it was like legs all growing out. And he said, well, that's your ammonium nitrates levels are too high now. And I said, well, I mean, what am I paying for you? You know, and he said, well, you're actually paying for the chickens that sacrificed, you know. It's not my actual, you know, my knowledge or anything. It's just chickens. And I said, like, I know, but I'm not here to like just sacrifice chickens. You know, I'm actually here to like get some knowledge from you, you know, witch doctor. And he was like, well, I mean, that's just not the way it works here. And he brought the witch doctor handbook out, and he showed me it. And actually in section 4, Department 7, it actually said, yeah, that's actually true, what the witch doctor just told you. And I was like, well, why does it say that? And he said, because, like, well, you know, the book knew in the future what I would have asked the witch doctor. So it didn't need to write it all down. It just basically said, yeah, that's actually true, what the witch doctor said.
That is. Do you think working at home on your own has affected you in any way long term?
No.
Well, that's a very I don't think so either. That's a very interesting thing. So, truth or lie? I've no clue on that one. So go and keep round the corner, Skelly.
I once punched a squirrel.
Oh, what? Stick.
I was once a squirrel that got punched by a keyboard player.
That's actually quite good.
I won a What's It Eating contest.
Oh.
I once sat in a room with what's his face, Lawrence Fishburne, in full Morpheus mode while he threatened me with death for not doing enough storyboards.
Oh my god! And mine,
That better be a lie.
Mine, I was nearly ran over by Rick Ashley.
Do you use that every week?
I do. That was yes. That's
He parks outside your back. He parks outside your front gate, waiting for you.
Yeah, hands on him.
So a quick question back over to Mark. So Mark, once so you're carrying on working till March as Marvel and
how do you know that? How do you know that?
How do well, I've seen the contract, but as, you know me and all that lot. So because they've just announced 20 new TV shows, or, you know, are you fully booked up for like the next 100 years?
Yeah.
No. So you don't know what you're on to next? Because you must be.
Didn't give me a chance to write my prop, which is please give us a job, so I could hold it up in the middle of this question. No, I am not. No, not yet.
No, are you gonna have a break? You gonna have a couple of months off first?
No.
No, straight back in it.
No, because we're because we were sensible, and we started renovating our house, and I need to pay for it.
All right.
Growing up things are boring. Sorry. I'm going to take my computer inside now.
Just a quick question on your storyboarding. Is your storyboarding, do you use paper and pen, or is it digital?
That's digital. Don't you worry about that. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm moving.
He's off to the
this is
good.
No,
It's not the house that's moving.
I'm going outside.
You should pretend it's an earthquake. Pretend it's an earthquake.
There's an earthquake. Live.
Hold on.
I'm going outside.
Yeah. Rye's doing his special powers.
That's better. I feel more comfortable now. There you go. It's a nice sunny day in Sydney.
I remember sun.
There's a construction site. See, there was an earthquake. It was actually beautifully clean and neat and tidy until Ryan made an earthquake, and now it looks like a construction site.
Ryan, you and your superpowers. Are you still psychic, by the way, Ryan? Remember last time you came on the show when you were with your psychic and your pen?
I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to talk about my abilities or anything. It's
your
powers when you lost your growth.
I like to keep private. Oh, something's coming in. Something's coming in. Yes. Your keys are like take a left and then a right and a left, then go underneath this boulder and then grab a piece of rope, swing across it, and it'll be under this pile of mud with all these spiders around it.
Who's he talking to?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
This is purely inspirational. Is there any character that both you, Ryan, and you, Mark, don't like drawing? Is there one? If somebody goes, "Oh, could you draw? I don't know, Elephant Man or something like that," you think, "Oh, I can't really draw elephants." Is there one that you really dislike? If people ask,
Sick Man.
So the Lowry film's out for you then?
That's it. Yes.
All of them.
All of them. Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
No, don't make me draw that. It'll look like crap. Yeah.
Yeah, I find it. That's totally true. But because I whenever I try and draw anything, the first couple of times you try and draw, I can never get anything right, and because it takes you a good while to start getting the feel for a particular character, like the subtlety of stuff, of design of things. Yeah. And it's only really, I mean, when you look at stuff, you think you sort of understand the stuff, but until you actually start drawing it, then you start seeing more to do with a character that you never noticed before, like little subtle these things. And I, to be honest, I struggle with absolutely everything I do. Every single cover I do is a struggle. Every single one. It's just stress. It's constant stress, and it never seems to get any better. And I always hate it all, and all the rest. Freaking nightmare.
Is it quite hard because you do so many to come out with different poses for the character?
Yeah,
because
yeah. I've got there's generic there. See, when you're doing a cover, you've got this kind of proportion sort of thing, and it's top sort of thing, and then there's a lot of space for text, so you only have that little section there. So it's fitting a character, fitting something in there that's going to take up a lot of the space. You have to either have the environment as a part of the character, therefore the character is small and you see the environment more, or you have the character in a pose that he's trying to take up most of the things, so it feels more powerful in my opinion. So it's you're really limited what you can do a lot of the time on a cover because it's a certain shape. So you will reproduce poses or things, because there really is only a certain amount of ways you're going to be able to do that. You can think out of the box in some weird angles, but what comes down to also all the time is if you're trying to say this is a particular character and you want to show the whole outfit, then there's a limited amount of ways you can show that. You can change light and all that stuff to make it really dramatic and things and give life to it in very natural poses and expressions, but it's hard to kind of be completely unique with things. Well, in my opinion, I don't know, but other people may be different.
Do you have over to Mark on when you're doing storyboarding, because it's there's the quantity, how much detail is in a storyboard drawing?
Yeah, that depends on who you're working for. It can be something that you do in about 30 seconds and go, "That's a person, really," and people just go, "Yeah,
Right.
yeah." That's why we're paying you the big bucks. And then there's times when you draw a picture and it takes you half a day. And then they look at it and just go, "Why did you do it so fucking detailed?" And you really draw 10,000 bloody penguins in that. And you go, "That's really important." And they go, "But it's a movie about thunder." And you go, "Oh." Yeah.
So it's thunder in the Arctic.
Pretty concise way of saying I don't really know. What was that?
So it's thunder in the Antarctic. Then is that the you're giving it away?
Avalanches setting off, being set off by the thunder, which are going to kill all the penguins. Excellent. I love it.
Yeah,
He's
that's a good
told us
idea.
the whole plot of the story. He's told it
Well,
all.
you have to be careful because I feel vaguely responsible for the monstrosity that was Happy Feet 2 because at the end of Happy Feet 1, literally about 3 days before we finished, we were sitting in the Dailies Theatre talking, watching all the shots that had to be locked, and I turned to George at some point and I said, George, you're never going to do a sequel for this film, are you? Because it really doesn't need it. And George went, no, I'm never going to do a sequel. No, but that's good. But if you did do a sequel, I'm going to pitch that you do a film that's only about the main characters, offsiders, who are much more interesting and fun, and their colony gets blocked by a giant iceberg, and they're all starving, so they have to go and find sweaty gelignite to blow it up, and all of them get slowly blown up. It's Wages of Fear crossed with Happy Feet. And they're losing penguins the whole way through, which are all called Pablo. And that'll be a great idea. And George went, oh, yeah, thanks, Mark. That's a really good idea. And then he went and did Happy Feet 2, which is about Emperor Penguin Colony being blocked by a giant iceberg, and they needed to go and get help. And it was just like, well, thanks, George. You did that film, but you left out the important bit, which was the penguin died from sweaty gelignite.
Yeah.
Be very careful.
Has George got a sense of humour? Like when you come out with your, because you're very dry, Mark, with your wit. Because I can imagine you come out with total bollocks.
What?
And
Are you telling me I'm making jokes? I'm not making jokes. I'm being deadly serious.
Deadly serious.
Deadly serious. And George has got no sense of humour whatsoever.
So
What
he
about
just thinks,
Happy?
yeah.
What about Happy My Left Foot? You know, and it would be like Christy Penguin, you know, and he's like this here, and his toe comes up.
Oh, it's going
and
in
he's kicking
a
a ball.
circle.
You get Daniel Day-Release to do the voiceover.
Yes, you get
I'm
Daniel
all for it.
Day-Lewis and all to that, yeah.
As long as penguins die in the making of the film and in the actual film itself, I'm happy.
We could all kill a few. Just kill a few, you know, in the after party and whatever.
Really. All he needs to do is put
bring-
them underneath studio lighting, and they'll all die of heat exhaustion. So it's fine.
Bring the cameras in big trucks and just squash them all.
Yeah. Well, George actually did think that we were going to do Happy Feet by going down to the Antarctic and setting up a little studio in a big shed in there, and having emperor penguins and having them in the shed to do actions. That was something that he thought we were going to do. And someone did point out that penguins die of heat exhaustion very rapidly, and he still thought about it for a bit.
Yeah. Oh.
George's Stanley Kubrick moment.
So Ryan, have you done any covers for any, apart from the awful Hellboy, which we won't talk about? Oh, he's on the next.
Are you saying
Ooh.
what covers or concept work?
No, yeah. Have you done concept work for any other films apart from Hellboy, which we won't talk about?
I've did some stuff for Netflix, stuff that didn't come out. I did some stuff for an R.L. Stein thing, Fear Street, but it hasn't come out yet either. So I've did some other stuff. To be honest, I can't remember. I've got a really terrible memory, and I've did stuff, like other stuff, but I just cannot remember. It was a few years ago. Yeah, I did concept work for different things. No, well, see, it's weird because sometimes when you do work for people, you do the work and then you sort of send in your invoice and then nothing happens, and then like months later, you say, "Oh, did you get the invoice?" And then they're like, "Oh yeah, sorry, we'll get you paid." And then nothing, and then it's like, "Did you get the invoice? Are you gonna pay it?" Blah blah blah, and then eventually they pay. You know, it's like it's crazy sometimes, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I sort of like To be honest, the concept stuff, I like doing the covers more than the concept work, because the cover is a character, it's a whatever. You stick it on the internet, and you stick it on a cover of a comic, and everybody gets to see it. And you can build a bit of your internet sort of base or whatever with that sort of stuff. But with some of the concept work, a lot of people just never see this stuff. And it's annoying. It's annoying because, I know people that have worked in concept work and they've did very well, and then it's just dried up, and nobody's knew they worked on whatever. And it's like, at least with the comic stuff, you can get your name out, and you can keep sort of publicizing your work because it's there, and people are seeing covers and things all the time, and it kind of keeps you in that. It's important for people to know that you're doing stuff and things, I think.
You've got to keep the profile up, I suppose.
Yeah. That's only my opinion. You know what I mean? It's not like it's what I mean. It's only my opinion generally.
Yeah,
but
it may be your opinion, but maybe your opinion, but it sounds sensible.
It does. Actually.
Why I don't. What's going on? Are you the real Ron?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me
Get your hands coming out.
Turn your head round.
Yeah. let me. Yes, that's right. Bum. Let me just add some bum words. Bum.
Okay, then a question to Mark. Who's got the coolest character, Marvel or DC, and who is that character? Oh, controversial. Come on, guys, online. Who's got the best character, Marvel or DC, and what is that character?
Is his career over?
I know.
Oh. Neither of them.
Oh. No, it's 2018, really, but
Judge Dredd, of course.
It's
although Nemesis the Warlock's in there as well.
Yeah.
No. How about Zombo?
Zombo as well. Oh my god! Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So if you had to pick one out of Marvel or DC, who would it be?
Oh shit! I don't know.
Oh, that's a hard one. That's really hard.
I don't know, because actually, I have to say, I never actually really read Marvel or DC. So,
Desperate Dan.
Look, there's a man with a gun out there. It's a Marvel sniper. Just out of my tiny window over there.
Oh right, yeah, little red dot on your head. Yeah,
the red dot. Yeah, I saw the red dot there.
Yeah, the red dot that won't wipe off.
So who would it be though? Who do you reckon?
Character. I don't know. I'll just say Thor, just because I'm working on it. I don't know.
Oh no!
What is he talking about?
I don't know. I'm going to have my drink now. And I'm the red dot doesn't hit me.
So you're working on a film that sounds like Thor, but it could be something else.
Well, no. It's Thor because he's actually set in 16th century Spain, and it's about Charles the
Thor.
who lived.
Charles the Thor.
King Charles who lived. So yeah.
I thought you said your hand was Thor. I've got a
my
Thor
hand.
And a numb tongue as well. Thor hand.
And this hand's Thor 2. And
Thor 2.
Hey! And Thor 3, I don't know where that is. I'm really going to learn
The old guardian.
I thought we were going to get that back to the Penguins again.
Yeah,
that's it.
Thor.
Yeah.
Melt.
Hang on.
I blame your coffee.
Mechanized, what's your favourite character? DC or Marvel, and who is it out of those?
Neither of both, I would say, but my favorite character is Groot.
Groot. Yes.
Groot. That is rather good. Stig, over to you. Deadpool from Marvel. Very good. Skelly.
Top cow for the titties.
Honest.
Pop.
Then we'll go for Witchblade.
The character or the comic line?
Oh. Already voted for that. Over to you then, Ryan. Marvel, DC, and who's your favourite character?
you are going to
do
What you say, because you'll end up drawing that for the next sort of
I
20
know
years.
that's it. I'm not
choose
saying
wisely.
He's the
Choose
go-to.
no. No, Doctor Doom or the Joker.
A Joker, yeah.
Yeah.
Move your head slide to the side.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
Ah,
that.
there it is. Yeah.
You've already done it. Oh, well.
Has he moved his head
Oh, I
yet?
got it right. I got it right.
You did. Well done.
Right. Who do you think would win in a fight out of Doctor Doom or the Joker? Because that would be a good film.
Spider-Man.
An angry homicidal super caterpillar. That
We
would
are
be
getting off these.
Or Mr. Any Audica.
teaming up with an angry homicidal caterpillar.
I must admit, my favourite one is I'm a big Marvel fan and I like Moon Knight. So I'm quite excited about the Moon Knight TV show coming up. So that's going to be,
Yeah, that should be good. Yeah.
hopefully it's really dark and nasty and stuff. So, ooh. So,
we got a good bunch of ideas in the chat room.
yeah.
Going from Deadpool, Marvin the Martian, the Bat gets a mention, Blade, Vertigo, Hit Girl, Sergeant Rock, going back in time.
Very much so.
Joker, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Cecil the Murder Pillar apparently is getting quite a high.
I think this is going to happen. This is going to happen.
It's that way, isn't it?
Cecil the Murder Pillar.
In fact, that's such a great one. Yeah.
That came from Caliber, that one.
That is really
Brilliant.
good.
That is. There's your name, Mark. You got it. Copyright it, quick.
Thank you.
You know, I make up these really, really crazy superhero names, and I've wrote a list of them, but they're on my phone, and I'm actually like recording with my phone at the moment. And but there's like one of them's Super Shamrock O'Flanagan is one of the super names, and
It sounds like a wrestler.
Yeah, it does sound like a wrestler.
And there's a tag team superhero group called Muscle Angel and Little Tubs. Little Tubs, yeah. Muscle Angel. So I've got a whole pile of them, but I can't remember them offhand. Like they're on my list.
Well, that's why you write a list, so you don't have to remember them.
I know.
Have you ever tried to sneak any of these characters in on any of your commissions, Ryan? On any of your covers? I go, what the hell's that in the background? Well, that's Tug Overlord, and you know.
I have sneaked. I have sneaked, if that's a word. Snooked. I have snooked things into covers before. I'm trying to like sneak satanic symbols and things and various other random things. I come up with stuff with like eyeballs and like the pyramid and everything, you know, so that people just find it and then they're like,
Illuminati.
is he one of the? Is he the all? You know, the all-seeing eye. Is he one of the Illuminati and stuff? You know. Yeah.
Do you ever sneak any stuff in, Mark, into your storyboards? If like somebody's cheesing you off, are you know, is there like Taika Waititi being run over by a truck or anything like that?
I got phoned up by a director on the first film I worked on, actually, about 10 years ago. He said, I was just looking at the storyboards that you did for Dark City, and I just noticed what you did in this frame. Yes, well, a bit late now. That was 26 years ago. Yes, I do occasionally. I do on the occasion that I've actually got to do any comic work, I've actually snuck in the characters I used to do back in the 90s when I was doing comics here in Australia. They appear in every single thing I've done for 2000 AD, apart from one thing. And also in the Mad Max series, and also snuck Judge Dredd into the Mad Max series too. But the legal people didn't see that one.
Well, they did. They missed it.
They did. Yeah. Well, they saw the Dredd 2 poster. And went, change that. So I changed it to Grud, and they were okay with that. I've snuck a few things in because what else are you going to do to entertain yourself while you're doing 26 hours a day trying to get the thing finished before the deadline. And the editor's just going, can you send me the pages, please?
What's Taika Waititi like to work with? Is he quite funny normally, or is he quite?
Well, so far, as I've worked with him almost exclusively over video, and he's generally sitting in a room working on a Thunder film with a whole bunch of other people who are also working on the film. He tends to behave himself kind of.
Right.
But yes, Psycho Pillar.
Psycho Pillar. That's a good one.
I think we're going to copyright this, guys. Let's do this together.
Psycho Pillar.
It's like a massive brainstorming session. Cecil the Psycho Pillar.
Could do that to the tune of Gravity Killer.
A quick question. Ryan. So, first of all, Ryan, thank you so much for doing the cover for our new comic. No problem. V2A one, that was absolutely stunning. So the picture you drew is Doom, is our main bad guys, like the Darth Vader of our universe. How did you go about that initially? Did you do paper and pencil, or was that electronically done? What was your thought process in sort of building that?
Well, you were the photo reference, Ryan. You were the photo reference, weren't you? That's your physique.
I was the photograph. Oh yes.
Yeah. Stood by naked in front of a mirror.
I had to tone the muscles down. You know what I mean? Because I'm actually far too muscly, right? I actually instead of having instead of having 6-pack, I've got 12. You know, it's just like ripples like that. You know, there's so many ripples that it almost looks like just one big lump, right, of a stomach, but it's actually so many ripples.
Yeah.
You know, of muscles.
Wow.
So I don't.
No, you want to see the proof, though. You want to see the proof now.
You do.
Do we, guys? Do we say vote?
No, I've made men and women and small cats all quiver. I'm telling you, and even pieces of lettuce have just went. All the crinkles have just straightened out.
Okay.
If I've shown my physique to them, you know. See when I show my physique to a what do you call it, a tomato, all the pips just fall out of it.
Wow.
All the pips just go.
So just going actually back to the artwork. So how did you initially start?
I forgot we were talking about art. I thought we were talking. Yes. I thought we were talking about my physique there, right?
So what was the battle plan on that? How did you sort of work out? Do you think in colour or draw in colour or sort of?
Yeah, well, see, I started originally as a colorist, so I sort of look at everything. Do you know the way there's a good few people that do everything black and white, and they kind of get all the tone of everything, so they get black lights and darks, and they would shade out like something beyond Photoshop or whatever. Get a black and white version. I go in with color immediately with and try and create like a silhouette. So it's giving you, imagine you look at a piece of art from a distance, it would be very blurry, but it gives you the silhouette of how everything's positioned. The color scheme, the light and dark, forgetting about anatomy and forgetting about detail of any sort. It's just the overall. Yeah, that's not the cover, I don't think.
No.
Sorry. Well, I haven't got that yet.
I blame the Doom.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find it.
Cover.
But just to override that a bit, you know, Michelle just said, because you brought the pillar now up, so they want a drawing now between you both doing the caterpillar.
Oh, the caterpillar? What? Right?
Yeah, you have to develop now. Not now, but they ask you both. Ryan and Mark, please draw Cecil the psycho pillar for us.
But hold on a second. What happened to the innie Audi guts, man? What happened there? Like, I mean, nobody even cares about him. He's been like totally sidetracked, hasn't he?
What?
So the cover will be set inside Innie Outie Man.
Okay.
And it's Cecil the murder psycho pillar.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's
out.
right. That works. Right. That works.
That works.
Everybody votes now. Everybody wants the drawing now.
That's right.
So just going back to the cover though. So right. So initially you do it back in sort of you work out the main sort of shades and the figurine color.
Yeah.
Is that to try and get the toes? At that point, do you already have like the way the figure's going to stand, and you've got to like where the light's going to hit and all that kind of stuff?
No, because it's one of those things where what you do is you put some things together and it gives you a rough idea of a silhouette or a layout, and then what happens is you start going, right, well, as like the saying of contrapposto, where things are kind of, you have to other things are contradicting each other. So if one shoulder's up, the other one's down, and the other hip is up and the other hip is down. So it's like you're trying to make these things where they're not symmetrical. The other thing that you do a lot of the times is if one arm's straight, the other arm's bent, like the hip or whatever. This is trying to kind of create asymmetry and keep a person's eye looking around that character. The other thing you're trying to do is you're trying to create a realistic, believable pose where people generally don't stand, unless you want a very powerful pose. They don't stand with both feet with equal weight on them. What happens is they kind of lean off on a leg or something, and then their hips will, one leg takes all the weight, the other hip is lower, and therefore the shoulders are up. So you create this, and a person looks at that and sees a natural pose, and it adds a sense of believability to it. Yeah. If you're carrying a large weapon and and there's a part of a body that you're dragging through the sand or something, these things have effects on your body. So a lot of the time you'll try and photograph yourself in a certain pose to see the subtlety of how your body is like twisted, to get it right. And then to try and sell it, if it's a very subtle pose, you want to sell it with a bit of dramatic lighting, and if the lighting isn't overly dramatic, you can add rim lighting to cut the character out, Yeah. The other thing you want to do as well is you want to have a lot of different textures in the image. So like you have like reflective materials, you have like different types of steel that some are rusted, some are more shiny, cloths. You want to show movement with cloth flowing in the wind. You also maybe want to see if there's a lot of dust moving in a certain direction, you want a pose that looks like he's moving into the wind so that he's trying to sort of stop the wind from blowing him or whatever, and his hair is flowing and stuff. So all these things are trying to kill the staticness of a page. They're trying to make that two-dimensional piece of flat page or screen look like it has 3 dimensions to it. It's given that illusion. Then also what you want to do is have detail, but not real detail, but fake detail, which is like hatches and marks and messes. That's why a lot of the time painted, actual paint on a page, it keeps people's attention for a lot longer, because they look at that and think there's information inside it, but really your eye is moving around everything, trying to make sense of everything. And texture is one of those things that keeps somebody's eye kind of, looking on a piece of art. So, and the other thing is a lot of detail in the character and not that much detail in the background, so that it cuts the character out of the background. Yeah. So it gives it it gives a bleakness as well, a lot of bleakness in the background. It's like he's looking off in the distance, saying there's more than just where you are. There's more, he's looking off in the distance as if there's something happening there. And then when you look underneath, you see like blurry figures, that have like glass in their like lenses in their like suits. So they reflect, but they're kept very simple, And then when you look down, it's like the cool colors are in the front. So a cool light's hitting him, but a warm light from the back. So you're contrasting warm and cool as well. So sharp and blurry lines, you're playing with that as well. See, there's almost like there's like a tick list of like all this all these things, if you add all these elements to like an image, then you create contrast, you create interest, and you can keep a person's attention, on that sort of image for long.
Oh my god!
So,
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think it's all that stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it just literally blew us away when we saw it. All you're right from the first piece of art I've ever seen of yours was the who was it? It was Judge Anderson.
Yeah,
when we first met, and I was like, this just blew me away. I've never seen art like it.
Thank you.
Just and also with Mark, I'm a massive fan of Mark Sexton. Your art in the comics, Mark, is amazing. Do you miss that? Do you miss that time to actually do sort of more comic-y, more comic or graphic stuff than storyboards? And also, would the Thor book would that ever come out as like a book? All the storyboards you've done?
I doubt it. I think the problem with the storyboards, they don't put them in the bloody art of books anymore because apparently it's too expensive for the
fingering.
Too expensive for the publishers to actually license each one of those panels, so they don't do it anymore, I believe, which sucks. So yeah, but yes, I do. I would like to quite go back and do some comic work, but it always takes so bloody long, and I'm trying to keep us afloat financially. So comics are unfortunately not the best way of doing it. So
a quick question on the storyboarding. When you draw a storyboard, is there like arrows and stuff for directions and lighting? How much? What goes on a storyboard?
Well, that depends on how you're doing the storyboards. What you're doing it for? In Thor, I'm in Thunderfilm. I'm in Thor. I'm in Thunderfilm. I'm gonna have to drink some of this every time I say that word. With my forehand. When I'm doing storyboards for the Thunder film, I'm actually doing them so that I can actually just step between them all and show how things change. So instead of doing bloody arrows, what I instead do is make myself double or triple the work by actually drawing how the shot progresses. So things move through shot or the camera moves.
Wow.
So I'm being an idiot and making it 15 times as hard. Depends on the film. I mean, Fury Road, we did arrows. Marvel comics don't generally tend to. Marvel films. Just depends on what they're going to use them for. If they're going to,
they mainly like sort of stick people just to get who stood where and what they're doing, or is it a bit more elaborate? And do you get any sort of? Are you allowed to design any vehicles or?
Oh God, yeah. No. I mean, on the Thunder film, I haven't really seen too much stuff, and on Marvel films in general, you don't seem to see too much. So you just tend to have to try and make stuff up and hope it's going to be vaguely okay. And what's actually fun about the Thunder film is because I was so early on it, stuff I was drawing seems to have then translated over to the art department and the concept artists and stuff like that. So they're then building on what was put in the storyboards and making much nicer versions of what was in the storyboards. So that's kind of fun. Once again, depends on how much you're doing and at what stage you are in the film and things like that. And occasionally you'll see something, you just go, "Hey, wait a moment."
Have you ever had the opportunity to try and create one of your own characters and get it in one of the films?
Well, I'm hoping to get Cecil the Murder Pillar in there.
Psycho Pillar.
Yeah.
Psycho Pillar. Not yet. There's
always time. Yeah.
Yeah, but then they'll go, and then I'll go, but that character was really cool. I shouldn't have done that. I want to use it. And then you try and use it, and then Marvel, and the red spot turns up again, and you go,
So are you not officially allowed to call it the Thor film? We can, but you can't. You've got to call it the Thunder
film.
Whatever.
I'll call it something different if you like.
Or call it something completely different.
Not a Thor film. Yeah. No one said I can't. I'm just being a stupid bastard as usual. Have some more gin.
Will they? Do you ever get to sort of to go on the set or anywhere?
This is my T-shirt.
Do you go anywhere near where they start actually filming it, just in case there's sort of rewrites and whatever?
Oh no, I'm on while they're shooting, because we still haven't finished the storyboards for the third act. So, quick storyboard, fix things.
Any ideas? Any ideas, Ryan? Can you throw in some of your ideas for what could possibly happen in the third act of a
not a Thor film?
I would say the third act is very similar to the first act, except for there's more like spears, and on the tops of the spears there's ice cream and like hot dogs. And what happens is the hot dog spears are going, and like the people are throwing the hot dog baps, and they're going around the ends of the spears, and then everybody lives in harmony and peace. And
I'm just writing this down.
Also, Mark, I think I did have a good idea for you as well. There's like a massive fight at night in fog.
Oh, there you go. They're two fake hands he's got up there, because I can see he's still drawn. He's drawn like a seer.
He's writing this all down at the same time. Didn't they do that? Didn't they do the fight at night for Game of Thrones? Didn't they nick that idea then?
Basketball. Well, I couldn't see, so I don't know.
I didn't see it. No, I think.
No, I couldn't see anything on the screen because it was dark and it was in fog. So I don't know what they did.
Are you sure the telly was even on?
I don't know.
That could be it.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, I couldn't see it because there was fog in my room. So it's like I could see the TV. It's like I would love this episode, but there's so much fog in here. I just can't see the TV.
Are you sure you weren't at a sister's gig? That can happen.
You didn't have your cape on. Your goth cape
now.
Died. Hold on.
Can't happen now.
Hold on a second.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
Is that a new battery for your brain? Just
yes.
Like plugging you in.
Yeah, it was another slug.
Just jump start.
I put a slug in there.
Yeah, that's a radio.
It feeds on the.
It's your Babel
fish. It feeds
fish.
on the brain matter, so it doesn't.
Did they often quit or starve?
That's it. Yeah.
Got lost in the fog.
Feed my pretties. Feed my pretties.
The hunt's coming. The hunts are coming.
Okay then, guys, it's that time of the night. It is dun 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 Celebrity Thunderdome. So we have we're going to play. We're going to have Ryan against Mark. Ryan, I think you're going to have.
We're getting celebrities in.
Yeah, no, it's on the budget. This is so. I think, so Ryan, you're going to have 30 seconds to. You've both done this before, and you've both been really good at this actually. So this is like a battle of the champions. The winner, we will send over a novelty prize. Okay. So sorry about that. So Ryan, you're going to have 30 seconds to big up why Mickey Mouse would win.
I never got my love. I didn't get a novelty prize the last time. That's what I'm going to say. No, it did not.
I didn't either.
What is going on here?
I'm not playing until the novelty prize comes.
So Ryan, you're gonna have the Mickey Mouse, and Mark, you're gonna have Donald Duck with the what's that, ass destroyer?
Yeah, I just saw that.
I just saw that. That's yeah.
I'm not saying here. I'm not saying I'm going to win this time, but I want 2 novelty prizes sent to me.
Okay. So a quick question though. So Mark, Mr. Sexton, didn't you get the Judge Dredd penguin?
Yes, I did.
So you did.
My child's got it somewhere. She's very fond of it.
Awesome. Well, so Ryan, this is your chance to win a Judge Dredd penguin, which is actually really, really cool.
It is cool.
Okay. It is actually cool. I'll go and grab one in a moment. So,
can
Ryan,
you can it go in your bath?
Yeah, anything.
You can do with it what you wish.
You can kiss it.
I'll say yes then. I'll say yes.
Okay, so Ryan, you have 30 seconds. And remember, audience, you're voting on this. 30 seconds to explain to the audience why Mickey Mouse would kick Donald Duck's ass in the Thunderdome. And your time starts now.
Okay, well, because like look at his head, and he's got this giant beak, and then I needed to see the picture. He's got a giant beak, but he would be able to suck Mickey Mouse's eyeballs into his beak. And Mickey Mouse has only got that wee round dot on his nose. It looks like one of those wee sweets that you get in a wee packet, and you'd be able to suck that off and suck it into his beak, and he's got that chainsaw, and he would see that big red bit on Mickey Mouse's top. He would just slice that, and all his guts would like all pour out. And then he would be like bathing in his guts, and he'd like say, "I'm here, Mickey. I'm in your guts now. I hope you enjoy this." While he's like dying in agony for like 10 minutes with his guts hanging out. And then the Mickey Mouse would like stick the axe in his head, and then both of them would be dying in agony because his brains would be like all pouring out and stuff. And he'd be like, "I can only remember like half of my life, and I can only move half of the side of my body, but I can still wield this chainsaw." So he chops off like his lower jaw, and he sticks it into his eyeball and starts in it.
And that's 30 seconds.
And the other way an eyeball, it cuts in half.
Stop.
There you go.
Mood.
Dark.
Yeah, dark.
Ooh, very
Ryan,
dark.
have you ever thought of drawing stuff for the Mighty Boosh? Because you'd be awesome at that.
I was going dark there. I had only started, but it was you know what it was? You know, that was like the roller coaster when you're going up the way. And I was like on the little peak where I was about to go dark. I was just going to slide down there. He was going to be on the roller coaster of darkness.
Oh, I could feel that.
Yeah.
About to.
We could feel the dark. So Mark, you changed your name, which is even more entertaining. So Mark, yay! Or hell. So Mark, you have 30 seconds to explain to the audience why Donald Duck would kick Mickey's arse. Over to you, sir.
Right. Well, as we know, the first thing that's going to happen is that fucking chainsaw is going to run out of petrol about 3 seconds after it starts. So Donald's going to swear and lose his temper, run around the place screaming, throw the chainsaw at Mickey, while Mickey's very confused and wondering what's going on, saying, "Don't do that, it's rude." We're going to actually be very surprised because that little happy face on the vest is actually the murder pillar, Cecil the murder pillar's head, who's actually going to quietly sneak out, come out behind and go straight up his fundamental orifice and eat him from the inside out because he's a very hungry caterpillar.
That is genius, absolutely genius. So, guys, please.
Donald Duck would have died in the meantime. So,
well, definitely. So, Ryan, if you do win, you will get a Judge Dredd penguin made by the amazing Steve Schultz.
I don't believe he'll get it. I'm not going to get it.
And Mark, if you win, we will find you something equally. We'll try and get.
I think Ryan has to win. I think Ryan has to win because he needs one of those penguins.
Perhaps they're
which, by the way, are made down here, I believe.
They are. Yes, Steve Schultz in Australia.
In Adelaide.
They're made in Adelaide.
In Adelaide, which is, that's a strange place. I lived in Adelaide for a while. It didn't affect me at all.
I've got a load of space in I've got a bigger house now. I've got a lot of space to fill up with stuff.
Okay, audience, then you know who you have voted for.
You can go to your special room.
Ryan's getting all teary now. Teary.
It's memories of a film I watched later.
So
you picked up people voting for the psycho pillar at the moment.
I think they are.
They haven't quite got the hang of it.
So a quick one back to Mark. Mark, do you prefer drawing digitally or on paper and pen?
I like drawing digitally because it's got a better eraser function and I can hide all my mistakes easier.
Sounds good. Do you ever draw in paper and pen and then scan it in, or is that sort of
irritatingly, I've got to say, drawing on paper and pen, things work better the first time. on computer, because I have to do most of my storyboard, or almost all my storyboards digitally, because it's just easier to do it.
Yeah.
Because I have to send them off to everybody. I can get. I don't know what it is. I think it's probably because you've got the piece of paper in front of you, and this is where I become an old analog type person. But when you've got the piece of paper in front of you, somehow you are able to get proportions and composition, everything right quicker on paper. So you quickly sketching, that looks right. And then you try and do the same thing on the computer. Nah. Always fucks up, and then you sit there just resizing and shifting around and that. So, and when I'm storyboarding, I can't. The first part of storyboarding is to actually sit down and actually start thumbnailing out how sequence is going to work, and that's where that's the hardest bit, because you're trying to figure out the storytelling and how images flow and how you're telling the story as in your shot choice and your montage, as it were, and it's just so hard to do it on the computer. And it's like when I write, I have to write by doing it on paper. I can't do it on the computer. It takes me 25 million times longer to do it. And it's the same with storyboarding. When I'm thumbnailing out, I have to do it on paper. And then because the problem is with the computers is for some reason or another, I need to start editing it as I go, and it's very, very, very slow. Like, oh, that looks fucked. Oh, that looks fucked.
On the storyboarding, is there like speech bubbles, or is there like a text box where you can work out who's saying what? Just so when somebody's reading it back, you've got the picture. But is it like a comic, like a pre-comic thing?
You'll stick a little. You don't do speech bubbles, because then the visual effects team will just go, oh shit, we've got to do speech bubbles. Fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking about that. Way back in prehistory, when we worked on Babe 2, I learned that lesson because we were doing we were drawing all these storyboards, and we had to draw expressions on Babe's face. And there was a sequence where he's being chased by a murder dog, and he had a very alarmed expression on his face, which was slightly cartoony. And 3 or 4 weeks later, there was a knock on the door of the caravan we were working in, and it was one of the animal trainers. Hi, can I come in? Look, I'm just going to ask you, can you stop drawing expressions on the pigs' faces, because we've been trying to train them to do those expressions, but they can't do it. If you could stop doing that, we'd really appreciate it. That would thanks very much. And I'm not joking. That actually did definitely happen, and to which the point was the expression to digital.
Oh wow!
Click, click, click.
Well, can you please stop anyway? Because it's very distressing for us. Because seeing them upset.
So,
I can't remember what the question was anymore.
I've got one more quick question. On the storyboards, do the actors ever see them? And if so, do you have to draw some of them slightly more thinner than they normally are, just so they're not offended?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what Mr. Hemsworth makes of the ways I've drawn him, because he's a very large man, and if he doesn't like what I've done,
is he in the Thunder film?
Yes, with the Jim.
Oh, he's in the Thunder film.
He's
as well as Thor.
Special guest appearance as a man looking at storyboards. And he's going to go,
have you drawn him fat or thin, or can't you say? Oh,
can't say a thing.
Oh.
We'll get
Ryan,
that information out of him. Don't worry.
I'm trying to, yeah. And then
don't worry, he's already
Galactus.
blabbered so much. He's blabbered so much. We'll get the last bit of information.
So, Ryan, do you prefer pen and pencil or digital? Because both of your stuff, it looks absolutely stunning. You know,
it's kind of weird, because there is that weirdness about, drawn digitally. It's not as easy as it is drawn like on a piece of paper. There's something weird about it. There is something weird about it. I don't know what it is, but I think something to do with, you can move the piece of paper, you can get freeness of your hand, your arm moving about when you're drawn on a piece of paper. Where, see, when you're are working on a Wacom tablet or whatever, it's small. It's a smaller, sort of thing. So your arm moves a wee bit differently. I don't know what it is, but it definitely is a different thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's for different things. I like the sort of, it feels a bit more free when you're drawing and painting on a piece of paper or a bit of board or whatever than digitally. But I am so used to working digitally as well that I find digital faster. And the other thing is less preparation with digital, because you can put like red over black and it still is vibrant or whatever, where if you do it physically, you have to really think about what you're doing so that all those colors are nice and vibrant and everything. And then you put the dark ones on. If you've got black there and you try and put red on it, it's not gonna, there's no vibrancy. It's just, you have to start out in white and edges, and it's a mess. Like, it's a mess. But so there is that preparation, and digital has a wee bit more freedom to it.
On the Judge Dredd one that you painted last weekend, which was done on, was that acrylic?
Yeah.
Is there a certain size that if you're going to paint a picture for a cover, you do it like twice the size or 4 times the size? Is there a certain when you use proper paints?
Yeah, I do. I do it about A3 sort of size. That way you're not like trying to plaster a gigantic or piece of paper or whatever. You can get enough detail in faces and stuff. So it's like, I don't know, the ideal size for what I do generally. So kind of, about A3 in size, I would usually work. But, you can get, because of the little brushes and stuff, you can get a lot of real detail. Do you know what the thing about it is? It's, when a comic book is like printed, it's a certain size and there's only a certain amount of detail. It's all about the overall picture generally. When you get too much detail into something, it's gone. And print process and stuff, it changes everything. And there's a different look to it as well. Sometimes, even though it doesn't print properly, I always like seeing it in print, because I think the way when the print, it's made of little dots, it kind of adds this slightly blurriness to it, which kind of gives this more sort of believable, realistic sort of image or whatever. It's weird stuff. And digital, whenever you draw digitally, it looks very flat or it looks too sharp, too whatever. And then when it's printed, it sort of blurs out slightly, and it usually looks better. So yeah, definitely printing helps digital.
So a quick question back to Mark. I'm sorry. I was just going to say a quick question back to Mark. So Mark, is on our comic, you're not drawing it, you're in it. Any aspirations for your character? So Mark is actually going to be one of the characters. He's with Greg and DAYNA in Double Trouble. So he's actually in the comic as a character. So any aspirations for your character? Preferably not being killed, but anything you could tell your fans out there?
Well, I'm kind of figuring that I will actually die quite quickly, but I'm going to actually just stay in the comic as kind of like a
ghost.
No, just
zombie.
No.
I like a corpse.
That was very good. That was, Meg.
They're gonna stick me up on a crucifix at the back, just like that. A crucifix on the back of the vehicle. I'm just going to hang there for the rest of the comic, and occasionally they'll get me to ask me questions.
Just put a non-speaking part. Just putting the royalties in. I like it.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Well, but if I need to have a speaking part, otherwise I won't get the royalties. So I need to say one thing that has to be very important. Then I'm going to die, and then I can be a corpse for this comic. It'll be awesome.
Or a good catchphrase.
As long as I don't die by caterpillar, I'm happy.
You just say, "Oh, I'm dying. I'm dying." That's like enough words to get you like royalties.
I'm dying. The thing you're after is
that's it. Oh, I thought I was dying 10 minutes ago, but I'm actually really dying.
I feel better.
You're not fooling anybody.
Still dying.
Oh, I'm still dying.
It is
2 hours later.
This is heading into Python country.
It is.
You're not fooling anybody.
I had it territory. So it's like I told you I was sick.
I did have a message from Jason Kingsley, and he's actually really excited because he's also a character in our comic. Even though he owns his own comic company, Empire, he's actually in ours. What a coup! What a coup! Unbelievable.
And is he going to be wearing a suit of armor?
Well, he's going to have his own post-apocalyptic version of his armor.
And a horse?
It's not. Well, it's going to be a
horse, of course.
Mechanical kind of version of a horse. As you can see, where we're going with all this. So a quick round robin then. So first off, down to Stig in the bottom. Is there anything you've been watching on the TV? Any recommendations for people over Christmas? Anything cool out there to watch?
Well, don't watch anything to do with Boris Johnson because it completely screws Christmas up.
Okay.
Is that what you wanted? Oh no, sorry. I'm really not looking forward to anything to do with Doctor Who. What else am I like?
Doctor Who's gone shit.
Oh, I'm looking forward to watching Clarkson and Co. on the massive hunts that they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a worthwhile thing. A bunch of hunts. I've always thought they were.
That was awesome. Over to you, Skelly. You any recommendations to anybody out there? Things to watch at Christmas?
Not really, no. It's usually all shit. It usually makes me question why I pay my license fee when it's all crap.
The Morecambe Wise on.
Morecambe Wise, possibly.
Well, the only good stuff will be repeats. So
yeah.
Whatever.
Ryan, is there anything you're excited about watching, trying to catch up on your little break for Christmas?
I'm gonna watch the Morecambe and Wise show
on repeat.
Yeah, for 30 hours straight. 30 hours.
Just one episode. Just one episode. Over and over again.
You only need one.
Yeah.
Just one sketch.
A compilation of your favourite joke.
Same jokes. Mechanized, over to you.
Well, I'm doing at the moment my travel shows, don't I? So I'm at the moment with Charles May and Owen in Japan. Super. I really enjoy that. Then I'm, the Charlie, the motorbiker. So he's going into Canada. So I'm watching that at the moment. And then film-wise, I want to see Happy. So that's on my list to watch.
Yeah, Whisper Ray's Happy.
Not Happy Feet.
Not Happy Feet, Happy.
Happy Feet too.
It's not a Christmas film.
No,
I don't do Christmas films.
so Mark, anything you're looking forward to? Chilling out with the kids, watching anything on Christmas?
I'm so far behind. Poke him in the eye.
I'm trying to. You won't move.
Sick.
Yes, you go upwards.
I'm gonna get the wrong way. Skelly, come on, get in. That's me.
Yeah, Mark. Any recommendations?
I'm so sorry. I have to have some. I'm so far behind on my television and movie viewing. In fact, the last thing I actually saw was in January. I haven't watched anything apart from I had to watch Mandalorian because everyone was spoiling it. So I have a wealth of things to watch and I haven't started any of them, so I've got no bloody idea. Something.
I
feel like I need to go and watch 2001.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Ryan's getting rebellious. I've been watching Alice in Borderland, which is really good. Very impressed on Netflix. Also, The Mandalorian season 1 and 2. We watched the end of season 2 today, and oh my god, it's amazing. Truly is awesome. And also The Expanse season 5. If you've never seen The Expanse, check it out, guys. Absolutely amazing. So, Mark, Stig, do we have an answer on the Celebrity Thunderdome? Who is won? Did Mark and the Caterpillar from Hell win? Or did Ryan win? Did Ryan actually get to win a Judge Dredd penguin?
It's a difficult one because it's between the duck and the Psycho Pillar.
It is. Actually.
It is between, yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody liked the Psycho Pillar, really, didn't they?
I think, yeah, and there's also quite a bit of a groundswell for the Psycho Pillar to appear in the comic as well. Maybe we should make that the next stretch goal.
I think it will be. I think that will be a stretch goal. Okay, so I think that the Psycho Pillar won. So it looks like Mark is constantly winning as always. So first of all,
can I donate my novelty gift to that? Oh, sorry. that bloke up there?
Of course you can.
Hey!
So,
Hey!
well, first
Thanks
of all,
very much.
what we do just to
You'll be in my
just-
thoughts.
ju-
You'll be in
just
my
to-
thoughts tonight, Mark.
just do. Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Uh-oh.
As you play with the
All
judge.
right, you'll not be in my thoughts then.
Just to try and make sure that you are truly the winner, then Ryan. Just to prove your psychic ability, I am going to think of a number between 1 and 1,000. What number am I thinking? Get it right, Ryan.
1,000.
And Ryan says 1,000. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the number is. It's 1,000.
Wow.
Ryan is psychic. I can't believe it.
Hey!
That's at 1006.
Yes. Okay. Fair enough. Honestly, who has YouTube channels and channels like us? Really, there is
Not in their right mind.
you know what? So another quick one on the truth or lie. So first of all, let's go around the corners. So let's start at the bottom. Let's start with Mark. So Mark, was yours a truth or a lie? If you can even
What
remember
did
what.
people think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, first of all, what did people think, Mark? Mr. Stig?
They thought it was a lie.
Were you telling the truth?
Yeah, that was the long fishman, was it? No, that was actually one of the most terrifying meetings I've ever had in my life.
Shit.
Wow.
It was on the top floor of one of the more salubrious hotels in Sydney during the making of Matrix 2, and I was
wow.
doing storyboards for him for a film he was going to do afterwards, and he wasn't very happy with me.
Oh, he was not happy feet.
And he took me over to the window in full makeup, full Morpheus mode. He took me over to the window, and he just put a hand on my shoulder, and he went, "That's a
It's
long
deep.
way down."
Oh my
Shit.
That was the moment when
Oh
my
my
shit went-
god.
That was
I
the
know,
making
it's a
of
bit-
Mark.
Oh, no.
that is a claim to fame. That really is a claim to fame. So over to you, Mechanized. Was yours? What first of all, Stig? What did they think? Was it a truth or a lie?
They definitely thought that was the truth.
Okay, Mechanized. Can you give us a bit more info? What did you say? And was it a
Such
truth or
a
a lie?
lie. It was such a lie, guys. I thought you know me.
What did you say? I forgot since.
What's it eating contest?
It's a what's it eating contest.
Oh, what's it? Oh, you are pretty good at that, actually. So over to Stig.
Well, mine's truthful. I have been beaten up by as a squirrel by a keyboard player. No, it's a lie. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's the lie. Sorry, yeah.
No.
I was believing that for a second.
I thought it was.
I was
Skelly,
all shocked.
Don't talk about that party.
did you thump a squirrel?
Well, we find out what the audience thinks first, don't we?
Oh yeah. go
Yeah.
on.
Oh,
Stig.
bloody hell. I've got to make it up again, have I? Hang about. Truth.
It was a Nazi squirrel.
Yeah, a nasty or Nazi.
There's a Nazi
damn it.
squirrel.
So,
So you did then.
God damn it.
Good.
No, I love all animals. I'd never punch a squirrel.
Not even from the Tufty Club. Ooh.
Oh.
this is going very, very out there. This is more like performance art. This show is today. Ryan. So obviously, yeah. Stig, what did the audience think about Ryan and his multi-legged and armed wart on the side of his head?
Well, when they woke up, they thought it had distinct legs and fingers and other bits and pieces, but it's still a lie.
What do you reckon, then, Ryan? Was it truth or a lie?
It was actually true.
Oh,
You're thinking.
Fingers will come out.
It's
It was true.
a quick
Oh.
you bared your soul, and they still thought it was a lie.
crazy.
Hard-hearted, Chatfield. Hard-hearted.
What he's on.
Oh my God, down under. So Mark is definitely down under.
Down under.
I'm enjoying Ryan's stories.
Oh, yes.
He turned into a woman.
Yes, under.
Hanging upside down.
So Stig, mine was I was nearly run over by Rick
wombat.
Ashley. What did they think?
They thought that was definitely true.
I fucking hope that's true.
It is actually true. I was in Camden. I was trying to cut over the road.
They already know, don't they?
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
This
they thought it was true because it was true last time.
It was, yeah, but it was good. But so literally, I was walking over the road. This guy slammed on his brakes, nearly ran me over. Started like going like that, and I was like, "That's Rick Ashley." So I gave him the old salute and told him he was shit, as you do. And then I got out of the way quickly before he did actually carry on running me over. So yes, that is actually true.
So he has been waiting outside your gate. For some time.
And I was so lucky.
Did he?
Lucky.
Did he shout out his window? Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
I'm gonna find you one day, and I'm gonna run you down.
Turn around and desert you.
No.
Never gonna run you down.
But I bet you after you gave him the two-fingered salute and then walked off, then he sat there thinking, "Oh, I should have said that to him before."
I know, yeah.
He's really angry at him, and he's waiting for you to come back.
And his mommy was sitting beside him, and he says, or she says, Rick, that was your chance. That was your chance.
No, she was in the.
You should have shouted your favorite song at them. You should have shouted your favorite song. Never gonna give you up.
My favorite song. Yeah, her favorite song, I should say. Yeah.
I bet she's still in the boot. Let me out. Let me out. You know. Yeah.
Caterpillar very happy for being rickrolled by you, Ryan. Well done.
I think to be fair though, he's probably still driving around, as you said, waiting for somebody to go in front of him so he can do that line. You know, that's probably the last. Yeah. Excellent. I think we're coming to the end of the show, guys. So first of all, Mark, is there anything you would like to say to your devout fans around the world, over in the US, the UK, Marvel fans, people on the internet, and your adoring crowd?
To my one fan out there, which is probably Rick Astley. Let's have an awesome next year, because it's been bollocks. No, you're all awesome. Thank you. I love you.
A gentleman and a scholar as always. Over to Ryan. Ryan, you are truly a legend, drawing and interview-wise. There is nobody else like you on the planet. Yes.
Certainly on this podcast.
Yeah. Luckily enough.
Definitely.
That's right. There's nobody like me on this podcast.
Hang on, you spoke about 8 of you earlier.
Whoa, that wasn't all wobbly there. What?
Is there anything you'd like to? Is there anything you'd like to say to your adoring fans around the world?
All right. I'm just totally amazed that people are buying my stuff, which is really good. And I used to work in a martial arts shop, but I don't now. And now I'm drawing comics and stuff, and everybody seems to be quite sort of okay with it all, and I'm okay with it all as well. And I'm making some money, and the world's a lovely place, and it's Christmas, but we're all stuck in our houses because of the virus, and any out man with the guts didn't really do very well in the competition, and Butcher will not hold that against them or anything generally, and everybody is really lovely, and all their parents are lovely as well, and everybody have a lovely Christmas. And if you don't like Christmas, then have a lovely something else, and just a lovely something else after that as well, until like the end of this year, when it becomes terrible because nobody's got money and they can't do anything, and they sit in the house and go, why do I spend so much money on all this plastic stuff? I don't even like it.
Well, thank you, Ryan. Honestly, I think it's. Ryan, because you've been drawing too much DC stuff. You're going very dark, very dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm always dark.
Actually, I was going to ask.
That's what the saying Tesco's whenever I'm like buying stuff. You know, you're very dark. Your conversation is very dark. Telling them about guts and stuff. You know. I'm saying, like, you know, do guts come with this? You know, I mean, like this salad, this, like, can you get guts with it?
Well, this is the creator of Mr. Inealty saying it's someone else's dart.
Did you not go down to the guts island?
Unbelievable. So, Mark, did you have a question?
Yes, I wanted to know if you worked in a martial arts shop. My mind is boggling right now at the concept that you actually did martial arts, and I'm really hoping that you did, because that would be something I'd really like to see one day. But did you?
Yes. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Terrified by the concept. That
Actually,
means
like,
that when you come back on the show, you actually give a demonstration.
Yeah. So what martial arts do you do, Ryan?
You have to wear an outfit and stuff and all. Japanese sort of martial arts and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Can we get Ryan on with Greg Van Borsum?
Yeah. So Greg is
was who?
Greg Van Borsum. So Greg was the sort of gun fight coordinator in Fury Road, and awesome guy, and he's also got his own martial art academy. Even though Mark can kick his ass, can't you, Mark?
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, but over a drink.
Over a drink. Feisty. But yeah, so he's got his own martial arts academy. So what Japanese martial art did you do, Ryan?
It's like old Japanese stuff. Yeah.
Oh wow.
River dance?
Like the kind of, yes, that's right. Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's like
karate, or was it with weapons?
Weapon stuff and unarmed stuff and all that type of stuff. Like, you know, loads of things like, you know, Asiyama Denru, and
really wanting to be in a room with Greg Van Borsum. I think
this is going to be awesome. It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
awesome.
I was training for like about 35 years or whatever.
Oh my, blimey!
Lots of stuff. Yeah,
I'm
probably I was more obsessed with definitely more obsessed with martial arts than I was with actual art. You know, so like I was totally, you know, like obsessed with training and stuff. You know, I used to train like 6 days a week, and you know, lots of training. I used to go to Japan all the time for like a month. You know, a month ago or whatever, and like, you know, live out there and stuff in the middle of nowhere, and like train like twice or 3 times a day and stuff. It was,
oh my god, wow!
Crazy.
Do you speak any Japanese?
Yeah. Was that with the pandas?
With the pandas, yes. I was living in like a little bamboo shelter and stuff, and I didn't have to get my own food. The pandas went out and they fell asleep, so I never brought me any food. So I went back a lot thinner than I was, you know, at the beginning. And so they were very good, you know.
I'm sorry I asked.
yeah. I blame you for this, Mark.
Yeah, Mark, your cards, Mark. Now. Yeah,
totally. So Skelly, have you got anything to say to your adoring public?
Yeah, it'll be a lot shorter. It's an idea, because I'm principally an ideas man. Layered shots, and a layer for every tier you happen to be in. So if you're in a higher tier, that's shit, but you have got a lot of layers in your shots, so you can remember less of December. So can't remember December.
Inspirational. Over to Mechanized. She's always full of wit and ideas.
Well, I've got no idea. Well, just drink yourself to death. No, not really.
Oh, God.
No, but what? No, I just celebrate that we are still alive. You know, that we made it through this weird Jumanji game, whatever this year is, Matrix shit. And let's hope that 2021 is better. You know, let's just get it behind us. Hope everybody survives it. I mean, as many now, we lost a lot of our closest. So this year has been very challenging, but you always have to look forward and make the best out of it and actually cherish that we are still here and healthy. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I just carry on.
And a quick one from Stig.
Just to agree with quite a lot of people in Chatville that one of the reasons we do this freak show is to talk to people, to come across with some stupid ideas and a load of gibber. And it keeps us sane, it keeps you sane as far as sanity goes. Have a good festering season. And don't forget to go to Ryan's Facebook page and win that awesome artwork. No, don't, in fact, because I'm going to. Nobody go there at all.
I like what you did there. Also, a massive thank you to everybody who backed the comic as well. Honestly, we got fully backed within 4 hours or something like that. It was crazy.
Hours,
I got woken up in the morning. It's like we're like 500% backed or 600% backed.
Sorry about that.
Absolutely crazy. So thank you very much for that, guys.
Say one word. So I would like to thank all our V2A tribe, all our friends, fans who really came onto the show and hung with us, really. You know, I never thought, well, when we brought it up, it was like, oh, we do like a couple of shows and then that will be it. Never did I thought we have to sit here all year to do shows and it's just not going away. So I'm thinking we will be back, well, I think 2nd of January. So we're going to see how your hangovers go. So, well, enjoy all your time. Thank you so much for supporting us through this horrible year. And we are glad you enjoyed our show. So thank you.
Excellent. Brilliant. And thank you very much. We'll be back on the 2nd of January. And awesome. Thank you very much, Mark. Good luck with the Thunder film. And we are super excited. And are you going to get any time off over Christmas? Are you going to get a couple of weeks off or a week or so before you?
Well, hopefully we're just having another wave here at the present moment, so we don't know if we're going to get out.
Oh, hang on, Mark. There's Lawrence Fishburne on the phone for you.
Hold on. No, this side.
Yeah, I'll go and stand by the window. Excuse me.
And also, Ryan, are you gonna start drawing after Christmas now? Are you gonna sort of? I know you're still moving all your house and builders and all the rest of the stuff.
Yeah. Whenever I get this house sorted out, it's full power, kind of into the dry stuff, you know, and get those hands pumping and draw those little pictures with my little digits. And yeah, I've got loads of shit to do, loads of covers and stuff as well.
Can you give us a quick hint on what is your next piece of art that you'll be doing, your next cover?
I've got 4 things to do for Marvel, and I have a Lady Death cover. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Wow.
So, I have a DC thing going as well. I've got actually, yeah.
At least you're not having to do the Lady Garden cover anyway.
Oh dear, you know what just happened? It just turned 12 o'clock in Germany. Now it's my flipping birthday, another fucking year older. Oh,
happy birthday!
I just had my brother messaging me to say happy birthday. It's like, oh no.
Oh, nightmare.
We're going to start drinking. Yeah, awesome. So thank you, everybody. Awesome. Have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Mark, Ryan, you guys are amazing. You're always welcome back on. We have to get Greg back on in DAYNA, which it will just be.
No, don't encourage him.
It'd be absolutely crazy. So good luck, everybody. Please enjoy Christmas. Chill out, relax. Look after your friends.
High five to you.
Be safe. High five to everybody.
Bye.
And you guys rock. We love you, and we will see you all next year. Thank you.
Pause to fight. Ready to deploy. Mechanical animal activate.